All right, let's talk about something that so many of us run into. In this explainer, we're going to break down exactly why you might feel stuck with your spoken English and, way more importantly, what you can actually do about it starting right now.
So just think about it for a second. How long have you been learning English? A year? Maybe 3 years? Maybe even 5 or 10? You've definitely put in the hours, you've done the work, you understand a ton.
But when that moment comes, when it's your turn to actually speak, what happens? You know that feeling. You hesitate, you're just searching for the right words, or maybe you just stay quiet because it feels way too hard. If you're nodding right now, trust me, you are not alone. And here is the single most important thing I want you to get from this. If you are struggling, it's not because you're not smart enough, and it's definitely not because you're lazy. The real problem, is that you've probably been using the wrong method.
So what is this wrong method anyway? Well, it all boils down to one big idea: passive learning. See, we're kind of taught to believe that if we can understand English, we should be able to speak it. But it turns out those are two completely different skills in your brain.
Think of it like this. On one side, you have your passive skills. Watching movies, reading articles, listening to podcasts. All that stuff trains your brain to recognize English. But speaking, that's a totally active skill. It's about producing it. It forces your brain to build sentences, to find the words, to react on the spot. And the only way to get better at producing is to actually produce.
And this whole focus on passive learning, well, it leads to two super common mistakes. They're like traps, really, that keep so many English learners stuck and silent for years. Let's dig into them.
Okay, does this one sound familiar? Mistake number one is waiting for that perfect moment. You know that voice in your head that says, I'll be ready later. Well, here's the truth. You're never going to feel 100% ready. Confidence doesn't just show up one day. You build it through action. Fluency isn't some finish line you cross. It's something you build, one messy, imperfect, but real sentence at a time.
And the second big trap is focusing on learning single, isolated words. We've all done it, right? You open a flashcard app, you try to memorize a long list, and it feels really productive. But then what happens a few days later? You've forgotten half of them, and you still have no idea how to actually use the ones you remember in a real conversation. So here's the big aha moment. Words are just bits of information. They're like single Lego bricks. But language, real communication, that's built from patterns. Knowing the word go is one thing, but knowing the pattern I'm going, now that lets you actually build something and communicate. And this is where the magic really starts to happen. Once you learn a pattern around a word like go, you don't just know one thing. All of a sudden, you can say tons of different things for tons of different situations. This is how you build real flexible language skills that you can actually use, by learning patterns, not just individual words.
Okay, so we've looked at the problem, we've looked at the big mistakes. Now for the good part, the solution. And don't worry, it's not complicated, and it's not about studying for hours on end. It's a simple, smart system you can start using today.
Here it is, your daily practice, in just 3 easy steps. First, forget the long lists. Just focus on learning 2 or 3 useful phrases or patterns. That's it. Second, and this is so important, you've got to repeat them out loud. This isn't about your brain, it's about building muscle memory for your mouth. And third, right away, try to use them in your own sentences. That's what moves them from just being something you know into something you can actually do.
And really, that's the heart of it. Your path to speaking English with confidence, it's not about magically finding more hours in your day to study. It's all about switching to a method that's actually designed for speaking.
So, what does this all mean? It means this. 10 minutes a day of this kind of active, focused practice is going to do more for you than 2 hours of passive listening once a week. Every single time. Small, consistent actions are what build real, lasting skills. It's not about intensity, it is all about consistency.
So I'm going to leave you with this final thought. Stop waiting for perfect. Stop just collecting words like they're stamps. Start building your speaking skills today with patterns. Just ask yourself, what if that confident English speaker you want to be is just one small, simple daily habit away?